Morning, welcome back. This is let's see, Sunday. It's a little chilly out. We waiting on parts for the old long track, so I kind of plan on working on my Jeep today. Got some stuff for that, but it is 30 degrees in here, so I'm gonna start the fire first and then probably do some cleaning out because we made a mess yesterday working on snowmobiles, and I need more space to work on the Jeep. This is the said mess. And the lack of room to work on a Jeep. And the temperature. Well, now let's try and clean up this mess, and then move some four-wheelers so we can pull the Jeep in. Fans are picking up speed. Do a little fire check here. Getting there. Definitely could put some more logs in. Next up, that's got to get out of here. That has to get out of here. Those have to get out of here. That has to move over, and that might have to move over. We'll see. This is my dad's wheeler. The battery's been dead on it, so it usually doesn't turn over, but we'll try it. Oh yeah. However, these are pretty nice. I'll give it to him. Hyson did a good job. Pull start. Works pretty good. And then we've got the old CF Moto 600. I say old, it's a 2021 or 2022. This one's pretty good. Don't mind that, just clutch rattle, probably not the bottom end. These things are a lot of fun. Cold start the old Suzuki to pull the other snowmobile out of there. Choke. Yep, drop that in there, that's good for it. Choke broke, so this is what I have to resort to. Pressurize the line. And then see if it starts. Come on now. These are neat little buggies. If you don't know about them. They've got, let's see here. Put that back. You've got diff locks, and they've got ranges. You have high, low, and super low range, and then you have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and four-wheel diff lock. These things are little tanks. The old thing runs pretty good for the amount of abuse I've put it through. It definitely needs some love this summer, in a bad way. That brake is completely locked up, so I pretty much have to always run it in four-wheel drive. And then the rear U-joint on the right side over there is just gone. It used to crunch real bad, and it stopped crunching, so I'm pretty sure it's a Bluetooth universal joint now. Gonna load this thing down with a couple old Jeep seats. She's freighted. Take the wife and kids out on a road trip with that. $10 a ride. Well, this one almost fell off, but we did make it to the parts shed. So next step, need to get this parts machine out of here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna set the ass end up on the back of the Suzuki, strap it down, and hopefully it just steers with me and doesn't turn sideways, flip over, and blow up. Basically gonna watch a documentary of me hurting my back. It's not too heavy. There. Oh, you doing video? Suzuki loaded down.
You need to take a picture right out the inlet.
Alright, got a little distracted. It's a beautiful day out now. We got the Jeep pulled in here, 2007 JK, 4-door. Just rigged this up a little bit. Of course, these are too wide for the stock mounting surface, so I had to cut some pieces out of angle iron and bolt those down. It is not as rugged as I want it to be, but I don't think it'll bounce off. So I got a lot of wiring to run. All right, it's only been about 1 second for you, but it's like, I don't know, 6 hours later for me. Lights all in nice. Plumbed in. We've got under the hood here. Did a little auxiliary fuse panel. Best way to put up a Jeep hood. Nice little auxiliary fuse panel here. That way I'm not cramming too much more onto that. All the wires jammed here. Works pretty good. Ran the wires across the top of the firewall there. There's a huge hole in the firewall there. Ran it into the Jeep. Up underneath here. And wound up taking, let's see that one right there. Just pops right off. Ran it up in here nicely. And there's the controls. So we've got very focused beam, white, and then nice amber light. And then you can do them both at the same time. Pretty sweet. I like it quite a bit already. Can't wait to try it out. I also ripped all this out, which was a complete pain in the butt, to do this nice 12-volt DC setup. So it turns on just with key, tells you your voltage. And I wound up putting this nice little Bluetooth setup in. Ran the cord behind it, ran the power to there, tucked all the wires back behind the panel down here. So now the Jeep has Bluetooth right when you get into it. Pretty sweet. We'll go on to the Jeep here. Unfortunately, I did not get around to U-joints. As you can see, that one probably has seen better days. And if I can get a good angle on this. I don't think it's quite supposed to move that much, especially when you're not moving. So that definitely needs to be done, but I'll mess around with lights first. So I was trying to get these nice front LEDs all hooked up, made a nice plug for it and everything. And unfortunately, they don't light up. I get 12 volts right at the wires there, plug them in, they don't light up. Do 12 volts separate battery, they light up no problem. Come to find out, Jeep has the fog light circuit hooked up into the computer. And if it reads a different voltage or a different amp draw than the stock lamps, it does not provide amperage. It gives you volts, not amps. My plan is to run more wires, do a separate switch in there for these nice little pod lights, and that should solve that issue. That's what most people do. I really wanted to get more footage of me working on this thing, but honestly, I had enough to do and I didn't know how to do it, so I spent most of the time looking up my game plan, and it would have taken me so much longer if I had to try and film everything. So I'll try and get better at that, step-by-step stuff in the future here, but I think turned out pretty well. I'll hit the lights here so you can really see what they look like. There's the white, pretty bright. There's the amber, there's that, and we got all the lights together. Pretty neat. Thanks for watching. Who doesn't love a good exhaust video?